Hi there, I'm Peggy Evanoika with the Real Estate Store, and today I have with me
Michelle Keltz.
Yeah, and we're going to talk to you today about cliches.
Cliches or cliches.
Oh, cliches.
Or cliche.
Oh, cliche. Either way. Yeah. So it's interesting because we were reading one of our professional magazines, and one of the articles in it was how do old cliches hold water, which I think that's kind of cool.
I love cliches.
I know, I do too, even though they get kind of worn out. I like them occasionally. Yeah. So the first one that they bring out, Michelle, is, of course, everybody knows is location. Right.
I know, we've heard that since we were little.
I know.
And I don't know that it's always true, but I think it can very well be true. And I think this area is one of the best places where it is true. I mean, we have, and a lot of other places, but we have different school districts.
Right.
So if you're looking for a certain school district, location, that's all you got.
That's what you have.
So that's really important. You're talking about businesses. That's really important if you're wanting to come into town and do a business.
Or maybe I had a client one time that had to be within so many blocks of our little mass transit that we have in Montrose, Colorado. It was very challenging to find her property. So there's a different kind of location for everyone, just like the corner lot.
Yes. Absolutely. Some people love it because it's on the corner, so you don't have a lot of neighbors. You have maybe one to the side and one to the back. Sometimes you have a bigger lot on a corner, but it can also be a bad thing because then you have more traffic.
There you go.
Moving back and forth.
Yeah. So location means something different to everyone else.
Yes.
Yeah. So very important.
Very.
But I think one of the things that we want is a seller to not jump to the conclusion that because their home is positioned specifically or as a certain size or something that it's either good or bad.
Right.
Let your realtor tell you what's going on.
Well, absolutely, because everybody has different opinions of where they want to be in a certain town, what subdivision, what kind of subdivision. Are they okay with a lot of rules or are they not okay with a lot of rules? But so it's just different for everybody.
Yes. So, still important, but has a new twist on it.
And one of the other things on location, as I was telling you, we have another cliche.
Oh, yes.
Pretty costs more.
Oh, yeah.
So, in my opinion, in the western slope, or especially here in Colorado, location can also mean location to your view.
Absolutely.
And your view is part of your pretty, especially here. Golf course view, mountain view, valley view. Or who cares about the view? I just want a house. I know.
That's exactly.
But it's completely different.
And it's a trade-off. You may have people that will say, it's worth it to me to live in this area so that I can have that view or be close to the view, even though the house is not exactly what I wanted. So there's trade-offs.
Absolutely. Maybe you want a certain area, but you really think you need a 4-bedroom, but you could settle for a 3-bedroom because you're getting this in exchange. I'm getting a location, I'm getting a view, I'm closer to my parents because I have to help take care of them.
Right.
So yeah, it is.
And so, I think that leads right into one of the other cliches, and pardon us, we're realtors, but a cliche is buyers don't always tell the truth. Buyers are liars. You know what?
They're not.
They're not.
They're just not sure what they want yet.
There you go.
And show them the right house. This is what they think they want. But it may not necessarily be that in the end.
Yeah. Or they're going to say, I lived in a house with a basement when I was a kid, and I do not want a house with a basement.
Right.
But so
we're
going to show them. No basement. But we also might show them houses that have a walkout basement. Or
then it's a different story.
There's a different story. And they may say, oh, well, that's okay. That's not so bad.
Yeah.
So it's not that they don't tell the truth. It's that they don't know how to decide or even determine what they want.
Right.
Again, that's what we're for.
To
figure that out.
I mean, it's about the house. They may think they want something, but they can walk into something that they thought, I'm not going into that house. That's not what I want. And they walk in and go, oh my God, this is the house.
Right.
But you don't know until you go. So you got to give yourself a leeway. You ask for leeways with your clients when you're going to show a house. I know you said you didn't really want this, but I think if we go look at this, you might find something you like.
It might be something.
It might be worth the trip.
Yeah. Okay. And what about More is less. Oh my gosh, how many times have you had a seller say to you, what do I need? I know I've got to take everything off the wall and I've got to do all of this and take us out and put it in a storage building, and less is more.
Yeah.
More is less. But truly, it can go overboard with that.
Absolutely. Because if you take everything out, it no longer feels like home. And you have to have just enough to make them feel at home.
Yeah.
But allow them to dream about their stuff being in there.
Right.
But not enough so that it feels claustrophobic or just...
Or sterile.
Or I mean, go one way or the other.
Yeah, go one way or the other. Yeah. Well, and you know, I told this fellow one time, I said, you have beautiful collections and beautiful antiques. That's the first thing I noticed when I walked in your house. And you know, they're lovely and they're wonderful. But the first thing that the seller wants a buyer to notice when they come in their house is their house.
Yes.
Yeah. So, not their stuff. You're going to do less is more to the point where you're not going to totally make it sterile, and the buyer can see how they can put their furniture in. Again, it's kind of what we do, and I know you're pretty good at that. I've seen that you do some things.
Find a nice middle ground.
Yes.
Enough to feel inviting, but not too much to be too much.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let me see. We've got another one here that we've got a number of these things to talk to you about. Price does not equal value. This is a good thing to bring up. Did you get your assessment in the mail?
I won't talk about it.
Okay, fine. But we're going to talk about price and value are not the same thing.
Oh my God, they went up so high.
I know, right? I know, mine too. Yeah. I know. I would not with phone calls.
No.
But you know, it's interesting because quite often when we go in and visit with a seller, they will say, well, I know what my home is worth.
I looked on Zillow. It told me.
I know, right? Yeah. And you know, we've got Zillow, we've got Trulia, we've got start naming them and stop at dark, right?
Yeah.
I know. And that is an excellent place to go to wander around and observe and get totally overwhelmed. Okay, I'm thinking maybe, yeah. Not always an accurate view of that home.
Because did Zillow come to your house this weekend and check out your house to tell you if it really was worth what they think it is?
Yeah, yeah.
They haven't seen the inside of your house.
Right.
You could come inside my house, look from the outside, it may not look like a great big deal. But what if I just remodel the entire thing?
Yeah.
And it's just like immaculate.
There you go.
They don't know what my house is like.
And also, that's a good place to start because it gives people a slight benchmark. Again, the realtors are the one that we work with that stuff day in and day out, multiple times a day, and we have that information. Now that we have our new assessments out, everybody's saying, oh yeah, I know what mine's worth.
Mine's worth 60 grand more than it was last year.
Yeah, not exactly.
Maybe not.
There's a difference. There's a difference.
But we're happy to come in and tell you.
Absolutely, that's what we do.
Yes, that's what we do.
But don't, as a buyer or as a seller looking, because buyers and sellers both can go to the county and pick up the information.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely, that's fine. But it's not market value.
Yeah.
No.
So it shouldn't be market value. Because it's not market value, it's an assessed value.
That's exactly right. Yeah. So coming back to that headline is price does not equal value. Just keep that in mind. That's what the realtors are for. That's what we do is we give you a market value with comparables and show you what things have been selling for and an educated, informative opinion for range of value.
And just call us and we're happy to give you one.
Yeah. Okay, I got a good one. Are you ready for this?
Okay, all right. I'm scared.
Yeah. Never buy the most expensive home on the block.
Oh no, I would never do that. I want the cheapest, best deal for my money.
There you go.
That's what I want.
There you go. But yet that's the area I want to live in.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But maybe it's worth it to some. I mean, you can't say that to everybody.
If it's my dream home.
If it's your dream home, that's the exact place you want to be. You've always dreamt of it. Yeah, it may be the most expensive, and you can afford it, so why not?
But now, when we take buyers in to look at properties, they could say, oh man, that is exactly what I want, but you know, it's a little over my price range. We don't know if the seller is ready to negotiate, likes to negotiate, what their motivation is, I recommend to my buyers,
Make it happen.
make your best offer.
Because maybe they overpriced it, knowing they overpriced it, thinking, well, I'll just see what I can get. So maybe what you can give is exactly what they wanted to
There you
begin
go.
with.
That's
They were
exactly
just testing the market.
Yeah, that's
So
exactly.
It's always worth it.
You know, if it's something that you want, something that you love, a lot of it, I think, depends on a buyer's motivation and a seller's motivation, which not our job to be the boss,
No.
only to provide information, direction, knowledge. Yeah. So
you do the paperwork and the dirty work and
and the stuff that they never know about. I know, right? That's a whole nother thing. I know. So there's another one that is, I thought was kind of interesting coming from this article, and it says only speed dating until the seller accepts your offer.
Oh, that's so important.
Oh my gosh.
How many times do you walk into a house and like, this is it, and so we make an offer and we don't get it, and they're like crushed.
I know.
That's hard.
Yeah.
So speed dating, you're just checking it out, you're feeling the market, you're putting in your offer, maybe get your hopes up a little bit, but don't put them up here because we don't want to get you crushed, because then you don't want to look at any more houses.
Well,
that was the one.
I know. And you know what the difference about that is, and I know you do this too, is how many times have you've told buyers, they've come in and they said, oh, Michelle, we found the home that we just love.
Oh yeah.
And then you talk to them about pre-qualifying.
What's that?
I know, right?
I was supposed to do that.
I know. Well, and you know, it's not good to fall in love with a home that you can't afford.
Oh no.
Yeah. So there is a process, and we help you through that.
Yes, we'll help you through that as well.
Yeah.
So we'll find the right house for you.
Yeah.
You'll fall in love with it. Hopefully not before you get it under contract.
Right.
But the more you see it, even after you go under contract, the more you think about it, the more you dream about it. I've got this under contract. Now you can dream, and now you can hope, and you can make your plans and build it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's interesting. The statement they say here is, so to reduce buyer burnout. Now, I have never heard that specific term before, but I know that years ago, in my early years, I showed a couple 76 houses in Montrose, Colorado. I know. Did I do them a disservice or what?
Wow.
I think so, yes. I know.
You're great. You're amazing.
That's typical of that. But
we don't do that anymore.
We don't do that. And we learn early on that to talk to our buyers and find out what it is that they know, but they are not verbalizing with us yet about what they want. And then we don't do the disservice of having them burn out, show them property.
Absolutely. Well, we would all get burnt out. And we don't have that many houses on the market to do that anymore.
Not today, anyway. No. But back in the horse and buggy days, we did. I'm sorry. So anyway, so it's interesting. It is called speed dating. It's a little bit before my time in speed dating. But price doesn't always equal value.
Location is still a good one though.
But it has a different definition. Yeah. So there are things that we need to know about it, and so much of it is helping the buyer and or the seller verbalize and realize what it is they truly want.
And
what they're saying.
Help them find it.
And help them find that.
And get it under contract so they can dream their dreams.
So they can dream. There we go. Less is more. We understand that a little bit. So a lot of the cliches that we have had for years and years, and we have a few new ones, they still work. They just have a different twist on them. So I think we're it for today.
I think that's it. That was a lot of fun.
I know.
Thanks,
Thank you, Michelle.
Yeah. And we're going to invite everybody for Friday about 1:30. We'll have our live virtual tours. I think we have quite a list of
I know. There was a lot. It sounded like,
So it should be fun. So join us again on Friday. And if not, we'll see you next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, we'll do the Real Talk for Real Estate. Okay.
Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.
Yep. Good job. Did we do it?
I don't know.
I don't either.